questions are from limited topic. Although there are so many topics in the chapter, but I have picked questions from limited topics only because of the time constraint, we cannot do every question. Okay, na? So suppose if you guys happen to have doubts from a given topic, you may ask here. Okay, na? You may ask your doubts. And since the exams are near, make sure you read the chapter on a daily basis. Okay, na? So in the last class, we were learning about this now, about write 10 lines on the usefulness of microorganisms in our lives. And that question carries 4 marks. Okay. And you guys know that there are different types of microorganisms that are useful for us. Whether it be like bacteria, whether it be algae, even fungi are also helpful to us. Right now? Usually we think that fungi are bad for us, but they are also useful. Okay. That is the thing. Mustafa, you there? How are you? Turn your cameras on, everyone. By the way, in I think 2 or 3
Fine, sir.
classes earlier, Mustafa, you asked one question to me about the fractional distillation. So we didn't discuss that actually. Okay, but after this chapter will be over now. The next chapter is coal and petroleum, so there we'll be discussing it. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So when we say usefulness of microorganisms, we are going to talk about all the different groups of microorganisms here: bacteria, fungi, okay, na, algae, etc. So that is the question. So as usual, first we're going to write an introductory paragraph about this. I think I wrote an introductory paragraph maybe in the last class. Anyways, that might have been erased. So we are going to write down that microorganisms are useful to us in different ways. Right now, microorganisms, they are useful to us in different ways. So what are some of the ways in which they are helpful? Some of the points have been written here. Like they help us to make, we can do fermentation with the help of microorganisms. Which microorganism is used to do fermentation?
Fungi.
Not only
Sir,
fungi, even the
yeast.
bacteria.
Oh, yeah, yeast.
Fermentation is a broad concept. Okay, now fermentation is a broad concept. Particularly in the process of fermentation, what happens? Complex form of food is converted into simpler forms. Complex organic molecules are converted into simpler molecules. Like for example, in the formation of curd, lactobacillus turns the milk into curd. Now it is converting the complex food material into simpler food material. While in the case of alcohol formation or in the baking industry, when yeast is added, so they are also breaking down the food material into simpler substances. So fermentation is a broad topic. If you are, if you wish, we can discuss that once again, particularly about fermentation. Give me a second. Doha, were you there in the batch while we were doing this chapter?
Sir, I was there in one of the classes, but on Saturday I was not there.
Okay, anyways, see. So basically, fermentation, in this, what happens? The sugar molecules are being broken down into simpler molecules with the help of some microorganisms. Like in when it is done with the help of yeast, so alcohol is produced as end product. Getting it now? Alcohol is produced as end product. Then when it takes place in the case of uh, in the milk, so thereby milk gets converted into what? Curd. So fermentation is a broad concept. It basically talks about the conversion of the complex organic molecules into simpler substances, like complex sugar into simpler substances. Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let us first of all write down an introductory paragraph. Did you guys wrote anything from this page in the last class?
No, sir.
Okay, also keep in mind this question carries a weightage of 4 marks. All the question from section A carries weightage of 4 marks. So let's write down an introductory paragraph. So what we are going to write? We are going to write down about the usefulness of microorganisms in our daily life. How they are useful to us. Okay, so we are going to write down that microorganisms microorganisms are useful to us in various ways. Are useful to us in various ways. They are used in the field of medicine, food industry, as well as food industry. Sorry. Food industry, agriculture, and also helps to keep the environment clean. Keep the environment clean. Okay, so that will be the introductory line you guys are going to write. Okay. Then further you will write down that 10 uses of microbes are as follows. And they are respectively fermentation, they help in decomposition, digestion, in preparation of antibiotics, vaccine, nitrogen fixation, in sewage treatment, and in oxygen production. That's only 9, no? We need to write one more line. Huh? So we can add one more line. Think about it. Like you guys know about vinegar? Vinegar that contains acetic acid in it.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
in
Yes, sir.
order to make vinegar also, bacteria are helpful. Microorganisms are helpful in that also. Okay, na? So we can write down one more, that is in preparation of vinegar. Vinegar is also called as sirka, by the way. In Urdu, we call this as sirka, right?
Yes, sir.
Guys, I will be dropping the screenshot. I think that will be better. Like we can save some time. But make sure you guys write it down, okay, na? Why isn't it not working? Hold on. My keyboard seems to have some issue today. Hold on. Oh, actually, I think there's some issue in my keyboard today. You guys just write it down quickly. Okay, na? I can't take the screenshot.
Done, sir.
Done. Others also hurry up. After this, we'll be doing the second question. That is about writing a short paragraph on the harmful effects of microorganisms. Okay. So Doha, you can prepare the answer for that question. Okay, na? Think
Okay,
about the different ways in which microorganisms are harmful to us, like how they makes us sick, how they are harmful to humans, how they are harmful to the plants, and how they can be harmful to the environment also sometimes.
Done, sir.
Okay. Priyanka and Abubakar, you guys also done now? Okay.
Sir, 1 more minute.
Okay, take your time. Meanwhile, you guys elaborate on the second question, add some points, try to answer. Second question was explain, like it was write a short paragraph on the harmful effects of microorganisms. Although we have just learned that Microorganisms are useful in food preparation, in medicine, in the field of agriculture, in industries, but they can be harmful also, right? You guys remember about diseases like tuberculosis, malaria, or like influenza? You have heard about these diseases, right? Malaria, dengue fever, chicken pox, measles, sleeping sickness. Mustafa? Yeah, Doha. Can you name some of
Yes,
the diseases caused by microorganisms? Name some of them.
typhoid,
Typhoid,
Certain.
cholera,
not good. Cholera,
dengue,
Tuberculosis,
tuberculosis,
COVID-19,
yeah, COVID-19,
Black Plague,
HIV, influenza,
influenza, yeah, and measles, right? Athlete's
red
foot.
foot
mumps,
and mouth disease,
Which one? Repeat again.
red foot and mouth disease,
Yeah, yeah. That is particularly seen in the cattle's foot and mouth disease. Okay, and what about disease caused by microorganism in the plants?
the
Remember,
wheat rust,
wheat rust
yeah,
and
uterus,
citric fruit. Remember anything about the citric fruits? Lemon, grapes, they also get infected by a fungus. Citrus canker. Remember this. Citrus canker. Okay, na citrus canker. Let me write it over here. Rinka, you also should have been done by the way. I know, I guess. If not, let me know. Citrus canker is a disease caused by a fungus. Fungus causes the citrus canker's disease in the citrus fruits. Citrus fruits, you understand, no? Fruits that are having a sour taste, like
yes,
lemon,
the
oranges, right? No? Citrus canker is there, wheat rust is there, etc. Okay. Yellow vein mosaic virus, that is also there. Yellow vein mosaic infects the okra, right? The
yes,
lady finger. Okay, no? That's the thing. So what we are seeing that although microorganisms are useful in various sector, in the food industry they are helpful, in medicines, agriculture they are helpful, but they are known to cause disease in humans, like some of the disease you guys have listed, like tuberculosis, in short TB, malaria, influenza. In animals also it causes some diseases now, like anthrax. One particular disease which you mentioned, Doha, that was foot and mouth disease, right? Don't write anything as of now. We are just discussing. So foot and mouth disease. These are some of the disease caused in the animals and in the plants also, like citrus. Citrus canker is there. Wheat rust is there. Okay. They spoil the food. They makes it unfit for consumption. Uh, they pollute the environment also by giving a very foul smell, right? If there's an animal that is dead and rotting, so due to the rotting of the animal's carcass, animal's body, it gives a very foul smell, right? Now it releases some harmful toxins also into the environment, right? If that toxins were to enter into the food chain, so people can suffer from food poisoning. Getting it, everyone?
yes,
If
sir.
there's a dead animal lying in the let's suppose that this is the water pipeline that is delivering water to our houses. Suppose it's broken from somewhere, and and there's an animal that fell in it, and that animal is not dead after falling into the main water pipeline. So due to the decomposition of this dead animal, so much of toxins, so much of things will be released in the water body, into the pipeline, and when we'll be drinking it, we may fall sick. Uh, there have been several instances like I have heard about several news, particularly here from India, in Uttar Pradesh. Like in some hostels in Uttar Pradesh, okay, no, some boys' hostel, there was a monkey that was dead in the water tank. The management of that hostel was so poor that there was a dead monkey in the water, in the water tank, and the students were drinking the same water. and 40 to 50 students fell sick after drinking that water. Getting it? So they pollute the environment, they causes problems. Okay, no? They destroy the crops also, and they will. If the crop is getting destroyed, you guys tell me, will it? How will it? How will it affect the yield of the crop?
So it'll decrease the yield.
It will decrease the yield now, right? So it will decrease the agricultural production. So that is why microorganisms are also called as foes. Foe, what does foe mean? Huh? What does the word foe mean? Anyone?
The enemies.
Enemy, exactly. Okay, na? Because some of them are helping us while some of them are harming us also. Okay. Okay, now you guys one after another start answering it. Okay. Add all the points so that we can construct an answer for this. Make sure to follow the pattern. First, you will write an introductory line, introductory paragraph in which you'll be explaining a little bit about the harmful effect of microorganisms. Okay, now. Then in bullet points, you're going to write down like these are like you will write an intro line here.
Sir, their name?
They're not named, but in bullet points, you're going to write down some of the harmful effects of microorganisms. Like first, in first point, you may write down about food spoilage of the food. Second, you may write down about polluting the environment. Third, you may write down about diseases in humans. Fourth, you may write down about diseases in plants like that. Got it? No. So in
Yes, sir.
this introduction, you're supposed to write an explanation first. Okay, introduction is basically going to be explanation. Then in bullet points, you're going to list some of the harmful effects. This, some of the examples you may say. Yeah. Are you guys ready now or not?
So 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. If yes, you may start.
So can I type it or do I write it?
No, it will be better if you were to just answer it orally. Everyone will be answering it orally. Okay, and I'll be taking your view, your answers. Then together we are going to write down the answer. That is the
Okay, sir.
format. First, everyone will be orally answering it. You'll be adding your valuable points. Then we're going to write down the final answer together. Okay, now. So, Doha, you may just answer it verbally as of now. There's no need to write down as of now.
Oh,
You may just
okay,
answer
sir.
it orally. Okay, no.
Okay,
Sir, but
sir.
can I
My
construct the answer and then said?
Okay, if you wish, so you can, but that won't be the case for everyone. Okay, now if someone, I can like someone can have an exception, but not everyone. Okay.
Sir, like I will construct the answer, then tell it in class.
Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, others answer it.
So microorganisms are useful to us in many ways,
Mhm.
but they also have some disadvantages.
Hmm.
Um, in a point, um, disease-causing microorganisms called pathogens are cause diseases in humans like typhoid, cholera, dengue, and tuberculosis. It also causes diseases in animals like in animals like these diseases in animals like anthrax, and in plants it also causes diseases like
Citrus canker. Citrus
yeah,
canker.
citrus canker, and so
Wheat
there's
rust.
another
You
one.
can add wheat
Yeah,
rust.
beet rust. Yeah,
Okay.
yes, and beet rust. Also, microorganisms when during the decomposition of
Dead
dead
organisms.
animal dead organisms, it may release a lot of toxins in the air and could also reach the water bodies. Also, it also during the also causes the spoilage of food.
Okay. By the way, the introduction should have been a bit longer. You should have included simple thing. You should have included in the explanation about how it leads to food spoilage. You don't have to explain the food spoilage. You could have just written the answer in the following manner for in the explanation. Like, although microorganisms are very useful in different areas, they are helpful in different areas, but they causes diseases, spoils the food, damages crops, and causes harm to animals and disturbs the environment. So in that manner, you could have answered it. Nonetheless, good effort. Yeah. Mustafa.
One more minute.
Okay. Priyanka, what about you?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Sir, can I say?
Yeah, Priyanka, obviously.
Okay. So for introduction, I wrote microorganisms are very tiny living organism.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
Um, they they so they are also useful, but many of them are harmful also.
Mm-hmm.
They causes diseases to spoil food and damage materials.
Okay.
So that's all the introduction. Then next, harmful effects of organism are they cause diseases. Um, example like malaria.
They cause diseases in humans like malaria. You have to give the context. Okay, now whether the disease is caused in plants, animals, or human. Continue.
Um, they cause diseases in food like bread mold,
Hmm. Good.
and they also damage crops.
Okay. They causes diseases in food, you are saying.
Yeah, spoil food.
You should be saying they spoil food. Oh, continue.
Then destroy materials like cloth,
Okay. That can also be added.
like bacteria or fungi.
Yeah, fungus particularly, they are known to grow on the woolen clothes particularly. Sometimes even the cotton clothes, if there's moisture in it. Continue.
So that's all.
Okay. Also, they destroy crops now because of disease in plants also,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Okay. Now, Mustafa, you answer it.
Yes, sir. So, although microorganisms are very useful to us, they cause a lot of harmful effects as well, which results us in using food preservation methods and doing a lot of precaution against diseases. Some of these harmful effects listed below cause a lot of diseases in humans like tetanus, pneumonia, leprosy,
Hmm.
uh, tuberculosis, etc. They
Okay.
cause diseases in plants as well, such as citrus canker and wheat rust. They cause diseases in animals like anthrax.
Hmm. Good.
They lead to Cause spoilage of food.
Hmm.
Fruits and vegetables, if they're left outside for a long time, they rot.
Good. Did you mention about how they damage the crops also? They cause a disease in plants like wheat rust, citrus canker, and it reduces the agricultural production, reduces the crop yield, right? Okay. And you could have added one more point that the decomposition of the dead organism gives foul smell, releases toxins into the environment, and may pollute the water bodies. Okay, Mustafa, you listening to me now? Yeah. Abu Bakr, you also answer it quickly. We need to hurry. Uh,
Sir, I'm not done.
okay, okay. You can send the answer to me, but in the chat box then. Okay, now click a picture and share it to me. Yeah, now let's
Yes, sir.
answer it together then. Yeah, so we are going to write down that microorganisms, as you say that although microorganisms are useful are useful to us, but some of them causes diseases, spoils food, damages crops, and harms humans, comma, animals, and disturbs the environment, or we may say and pollutes the environment too. Okay, so that will be the short explanation for it. Okay, further we will write down some of the harmful effects of microorganisms. Some of the harmful effects are as follows. You guys may start writing it down. Okay, now some of them are as follows. Okay, first point we may write down about harmful effects to humans. Harmful to how they are harmful to humans. So harmful to humans, I have written the subheading here, harmful to humans. Under this subheading, keep this thing in mind that this question carries only 4 marks. So we are not going to elaborate it in detail. Okay, na? We are going to write down only one line answer for this so that the question does not become too lengthy. Okay, na? So disease causing microorganisms are called as pathogens now, right? So we're not going to write down disease causing microorganisms. In short, we are going to write down pathogens. Okay. So pathogens enters our body and makes us sick. Some of the examples, as you guys have mentioned, like malaria. By the way, malaria is caused by a protozoan or by a fungi.
Protozoa.
And the name is Plas. What is it? Anyone?
Plasmodium.
Plasmodium. Good. What? Why you guys are silent then? Mustafa? Priyanka? Abu Bakr? Everyone should
Yes, sir.
hurry to answer. No, everyone should hurry to answer. Hmm? So we can give examples of malaria. Cholera is caused by a bacteria or by algae.
Bacteria.
Bacteria. Good. Okay, now typhoid is an airborne disease or waterborne disease. Priyanka, you will answer this. Typhoid is an airborne disease or waterborne disease. Tell me. One time, like few years ago, I got infected with typhoid, and it was so bad I could not get off my bed for like 2 weeks. I was so weak at that time. So typhoid is a waterborne disease. Okay, na? When we consume contaminated water, we get infected with typhoid. Clear to everyone? One more
Yes,
question
sir.
about typhoid. Typhoid is caused by a bacteria or by some other organisms. Remember, all of these things we have discussed. It's caused by a bacteria actually. Okay, by the name of Salmonella typhi. By the name of Salmonella typhi. That is the bacteria which, let me write it over here, but you don't have to write this in your answer. Salmonella typhi is the bacteria which causes typhoid disease. Okay. Second, we will write down that they spoil food. Spoil food. Under it, we are going to just write down one line for it. They spoil food and makes it unfit for consumption. Okay, now Abu Bakr? Unfit for consumption. Okay.
Yes,
One
sir.
example we can give here. Okay, now also they make the food unfit for consumption, and sometimes it leads to food poisoning also, right? Sometimes it even leads to food poisoning. So we may add that also, by the way. So examples like bread mold. Okay. Hmm. We had one more point, two more points. They pollute the environment, no?
They damage the crops.
Or we can say they damage crop first. They damage crops. Okay. So we will write down in this some examples and like how they damage. So we will say that they reduces crop yield. Okay. And for example, we will write down wheat rust. Wheat rust is caused by fungi, by the way. It's caused by fungi. You may also write down example of citrus canker. Okay, which affects plants like lemon, etc. Okay, one more point we will be adding here quickly. Just I will be writing it over here that they pollute environment. They pollute environment. Okay, how they do so? So in this, we are simply going to write down that they produce foul smell during decomposition. They produce foul smell and give out toxins while decomposition. So they give out foul smell and toxins while decomposition. Okay. So that will be our answer. I suppose this is not very long. Everyone finish it and show it to me like whether it is too long in your copies. Yeah, Abu Bakr, you were done now, by the way. Uh, can you read your answer, Abu Bakr?
Yes, sir. I was taking the photo.
Okay. Have you shared it or not, by the way?
No, sir. I'm taking the photo.
Okay, okay. Share it also after taking it. Priyanka, you're writing it down now?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Done, sir.
Okay, good. Till the exams are over, we are going to do the same thing in every class. Okay. We're going to do questions. We're going to practice questions. Okay. Particularly, we are doing more subjective questions right now, because I have seen most of you guys are able to do good in the objective questions. You're able to answer the multiple choice questions, do fill in the blanks question, okay, and other type of questions. So thereby I thought like, how about do some subjective questions? Okay. There's one more question, and that is about what are antibiotics, what precaution must be taken while taking antibiotics. Okay. So what I'm thinking now, that question I'm thinking to give you guys as assignment, so that we can do some we can do questions of other nature also, like I have taken assertion reasoning based questions and case based questions also. Okay now, so in today's assignment I'll be giving only one question, not more than that. That will be the third question. What are antibiotics? What precaution must be taken while taking antibiotics? Okay. So we'll be writing a detailed
sir.
answer for this question that will be having a weightage of 4 marks. So please hurry up and complete this one. Doha, can you give some examples of antibiotics?
So streptomycin,
Okay.
tetracycline,
Hmm.
penicillin,
Penicillin. Good. Streptomycin, which you have mentioned, it is obtained from a fungi or a bacteria. It's actually obtained from a
so fungi.
no bacteria. Penicillin is
Oh,
obtained from fungi. Okay, na?
oh,
And
I
in
got
fact,
confused.
no issue. In fact, you should be aware that penicillin was the first antibiotic. Remember that? Okay, na?
Yes,
So penicillin was the first antibiotic to have been discovered. By whom? Anyone? Who discovered the first antibiotic? Abu Bakr,
The
Mustafa,
Alexander Fleming.
Alexander Fleming. Very good. Okay. And that was from a fungus, basically. Okay. And the name of the fungus, it's not asked in the exam, but anyways, the fungus from which penicillin was obtained was Penicillium notatum. That is the name of the fungi from which we obtain the first antibiotic named as penicillin. You see, the first antibiotic carries the name of the organism from which it was derived. Okay, na? Is everyone
yes.
done or not? Hurry up, guys.
Done, sir.
Done? Okay. Meanwhile, you answer some questions to me. Okay. Doha, as you are done, name some of the disease that is caused by protozoa. Yeah. Name some of the
So
disease,
malaria,
particularly malaria. Good. Okay. And any other examples? Hmm. You have some other examples also, like sleeping sickness. Okay, na? Sleeping sickness is also one such example of a disease caused by protozoans. Protozoans particularly is found in the pigs, in the cattles. Okay, good. Everyone done? Hurry up, guys. What are the different methods of food preservation, Doha? Name at least 5 different methods of food preservation. Those who are done and can answer this question. I will name one of it, like pasteurization. Pasteurization discovered by Louis Pasteur, right? And
Tanning. No, canning.
canning. You mean to say tanning? You're saying canning, correct.
No, sir, I said tanning.
You say repeat again.
Staining. It's a um. I think I remember this from physics or something.
Okay. Like tin cans were earlier used. Earlier, tin cans were used. The food were packed in the tin cans earlier. So, like canning is the method. Oh, okay. So we had learned about pasteurization that was developed by the scientist Louis Pasteur. Huh? So it was used to store the milk and other liquid food products now. Like the food
The
is first
refrigerating.
refrigeration. We should be saying refrigeration. Good. Okay. It's the most common method of food preservation which we all use at our home. And
So there's one more, right? You put a lot of salt in it or something.
addition of salt, basically prevention by use of common salt for ages, like for so many, for thousands and thousands of ages, meats of animals, cattle and fish, they have been preserved with help of salt. What does the salt do? It inhibits the growth of microorganisms. It creates a very unsuitable condition for the microorganisms in which microorganisms cannot grow. It also absorbs the moisture. So in lack of moisture, microbes cannot grow. By now, everyone should be done. I'm changing this right now. Okay. If anyone's left, raise your hand. Now we have got a case-based question. Don't worry by looking at the length of the question. Or can I just give it a read and then do the follow-up questions? I'll be reading this for you guys. So medicines which kill or stop the growth of the disease-causing microorganisms are called as antibiotics. Okay. Examples are written here: streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin are commonly known antibiotics which are made from fungi and bacteria. In the year 1929, Alexander Fleming, while working on a culture of disease-causing bacteria, culture of disease-causing bacteria means that he had some sample of disease-causing bacteria. Okay. Then he found the spores of a little green mold in one of his culture plates. Like in his laboratory, he had several culture plates. What are we calling this? Culture plates in which he was doing some experiment, like he had been growing microorganisms there. Okay, na? So Fleming was working on a culture of disease-causing bacteria. This was a disease-causing bacteria. Causing bacteria. Further, it says that he found the spores of a little, hold on. Yeah. He found the spores of a little green mold in one of his culture plates. So it meant that he had several cultural plates. So right next to it, let's say he had another cultural plate, and in that he had found spores of a little green mold. Like say this is the green mold. Okay. Then he observed later that the presence of the mold prevented the growth of bacteria. Okay, na? The presence of the mold here, this green mold, it prevented the growth of the bacteria further. Okay, na? Let me just draw this once again to make it a bit more clear. Hold on. Say that this was the culture plate, like this. And this contains some disease-causing bacteria. Let's say we're calling this as disease-causing bacteria was being grown by him in his culture plate. If there's any doubt, please raise your hand so far. Okay. In a culture plate, disease-causing bacteria were being grown by him. One day he found that there was a green mold that has grown in one of his culture plate like this. And it was observed that the area where the green mold has grown now, okay, now, the bacteria was not able to grow further. It inhibited the growth of the bacteria. the area where this green mold had grown. So bacteria was not growing around it. Bacteria was not growing around the green mold. By diagram, I suppose what the sentence means to say, it should be clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no, because bacteria, it will be spreading, but around the green mold, it was not growing. Okay. So he observed that the presence of the mold prevented the growth of the bacteria. In fact, it also killed many of these bacteria. So from this, the mold penicillin was prepared. So from this mold, penicillin was prepared. Okay, which is an antibiotic that we use today also. When a disease carrying microbe enters our body, the body produces antibodies to fight the invader. If dead or weakened microbes are entered into a healthy body, the body fights and kills the invading bacteria by producing suitable antibodies. The antibodies remains in the body and we are protected from the disease causing microbes forever. This is how a vaccine works. Several diseases, including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, and hepatitis, can be prevented by vaccination. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox in 1798. Polio drops given to children are actually a vaccine. So that was the case-based question. Yeah, Abubakar, tell me.
Sir, I've sent you the photo, but then, sir, it is saying that message could not be sent.
Oh, then share it on my number. Okay.
Sir, I sent it on your other ID.
On other ID. Okay, I will look after we'll be done with this. Okay, no? Yeah, now you guys answered the follow-up
Yes, sir.
questions.
The first one, Edward Jenner.
First one, Edward Jenner. Good, Priyanka, very good. Everyone agrees
The
to her
second one,
answer now?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
Continue.
Sir,
so
So the
antibodies.
second one is antibodies.
yes, sir.
So it says when a disease carrying microbes enters our body, the body produces microbes to fight against it. What is it called? Okay, na? So they are basically called as antibodies. Okay. Then we have second question. Let's call this question number B. What is antibiotics and give their uses?
So they are the medicines that stop or kill the growth of disease-causing microorganisms or pathogens.
Good, good. Okay. So they are basically used to cure us from the diseases. Okay. Name some of the diseases that can be prevented by taking vaccination. Yeah.
So hepatitis B,
Hepatitis B,
tuberculosis,
tuberculosis,
polio.
polio,
Cholera.
cholera you're saying. So you guys are saying that these are some of the disease that can be prevented by taking vaccination.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. How about some of the recent common examples, more relevant
The
examples we
COVID-19.
had? COVID-19,
So COVID-19.
good. Okay. Tuberculosis, that can also be cured, as you guys have said. Polio, there was an oral polio vaccine given to the childrens here in India right now. Polio program
The
is
chicken
still
pox.
run. Chickenpox, okay.
Monkeypox.
Monkeypox too.
Smallpox.
Yeah, smallpox. You guys know about the polio eradication program being run by the Indian government in India, no? Right? So the
Yes.
children that are below the age of 5 years, so can I believe that like many of us have got this vaccine when we were kids, right? You guys might have also got the polio vaccine. Okay. So that was given. But it was declared that India got polio free in the year 2014. But the program is still running anyways. Okay, no, because polio virus still exists in some parts of the world and particularly in India, and it may spread again. And you guys know that the children who suffer from polio, they are born with some deformities. They are born with some special needs. Okay. Yeah. So some of the diseases you have mentioned, like cholera, then tuberculosis, COVID-19, and some more diseases were mentioned by you guys. What were they? Cholera, you mentioned, tuberculosis, COVID-19, polio
So
also.
polio.
Polio and hepatitis also, I think you mentioned, no? That is also correct. Hepatitis B particularly. Okay, good. Another, like, it's the same question that of what are antibodies actually? Sorry. Yeah. Answer this one. What are the antibodies?
So antibodies are.
Mhm. You can refer to the given paragraph here. The answer is hidden there in the
Yes.
paragraph. Mhm. Yes.
So the body produces antibodies to fight the invading bacteria.
Invading pathogen, you may say, or simply the invader. Continue.
It helps fight the pathogens and uh, possibly develop immunity against it.
Hmm. Good. Good. So antibodies are basically what? Like they are the special. They are special kind of. If you were to go deep into this, now, like they're kind of some protein actually. But since we have to stick to this paragraph, accordingly, we'll be answering it. So whenever a disease carrying microorganism enters our body produces antibodies to fight that invader. Okay, now getting it. Once they are produced in our body, they remain in our body forever. They recognize and attack the foreign invader to protect us from the disease. Getting it, everyone? How will be answering this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now we have the assertion reasoning based questions. Let's do this one also quickly. First question, second question. So I forgot to write the option for second question. So we'll be considering the same option for the second question also. Okay. Yeah. Everyone answer this one.
Sir A.
Okay. And Abu Bakr, Priyanka,
Yes,
Mustafa.
sir.
Yes,
A.
sir.
Sir
A.
A.
Exactly. Second, a mosquito can cause many diseases in humans. Mosquito can be controlled by preventing stagnation in water.
Sir
Sir,
A.
C.
It's
Sir.
actually A. Those who are saying A, they are correct. Okay, na? Mosquitoes, they are known to cause many diseases in humans, and their growth can be controlled by preventing stagnation in water. Stagnation, you understand, like water should not stay in the pits or in like buckets for long period of time. Okay, na? You have heard about malaria and dengue, but have you guys heard about chikungunya? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Huh? So there's a disease called as chikungunya that is also caused by the mosquitoes. And mosquitoes, they particularly breed in the stagnant water. Mosquitoes, have you ever seen them over like in the flowing water in the river? No,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
getting it? So they need to lay their eggs in the stagnant water that is still, that is not moving. Okay, so their growth can be prevented by preventing the water stagnation, or particularly we use we use coolers like that, so we should avoid stagnation of water. Okay, identify these two diagrams here. First of all, the on the left and the right corner. What is this diagram?
Sir fungi.
Fungi. Okay, can you bit more specific? And which fungi is it?
Sir of a bread mold.
That is bread mold. Bread mold is the common name. Bread mold is the common name of which fungi?
Spirogilla, I think.
No. Spirogyra, you should be saying rather, but that
Yes,
is
sir.
not the name. Anyone else? This is bread mold, but bread mold is the common name of which fungus? I'll be giving one hint. It starts with R and ends with S. Hmm. Now it should be a bit easier to answer. Are you guys not aware about Rhizopus? Yeah. Rhizopus, commonly called as bread mold. Okay. Identify the second one. Just have to name the group of microorganism to which it belongs. Don't have to be very specific.
So it's a virus.
It is a virus. Very good. Okay. It has quite an interesting structure. Kind of looks like a robot, huh? Do we have time left or not? Okay, anyways, we'll be doing some other questions in the next class.